The Rotten Tomatoes score for The Idea of You exposes a harsh truth about Anne Hathaway's 23-year career. Hathaway stars in the Prime Video age gap romance movie as single mother Soline Marchand opposite Red, White, and Royal Blues Nicholas Galitzine as boy band lead singer Hayes Campbell, a figure loosely inspired by One Direction superstar Harry Styles. The movie, which was directed and co-written by Wet Hot American Summer star and the Big Sick director Michael Showalter, is based on the 2017 novel of the same name by Robin Lee. The Idea of You star has been performing in movies since she was a teenager. After getting her start in young adult-oriented titles such as The Princess Diaries, its sequel The Princess Diaries 2, The Royal Engagement, and Ella Enchanted, she has taken on a number of roles in prominent titles. This includes a series of romantic comedies including Love and Other Drugs and Bride Wars, blockbuster franchise movies such as The Dark Knight Rises and Ocean's 8, and dramas like Les Miserables, for which she won her first Oscar. However, Rotten Tomatoes exposes an unfortunate truth about her career. The Idea of You's Rotten Tomatoes score explained. Critics are enjoying Anne Hathaway's new romance. At the time of writing, The Idea of You reviews have been almost entirely positive, giving the movie a certified fresh Rotten Tomatoes score of 83%. While the score could still fluctuate as more reviews are added, 94 critics have already weighed in, giving the movie a statistically significant score that allowed the review aggregator service to determine that it is solidly fresh. The movie has been praised for its tactful management of potentially controversial subject matter, its sincere approach to the central romance, and Anne Hathaway's performance in particular. At 83%, the movie ranks as the sixth best-reviewed movie in Hathaway's entire career. It has landed exactly between her under-the-radar 2016 kaiju comedy Colossal and the 2008 Jonathan Demme title Rachel Getting Married, for which she was nominated for her first Oscar. Below, see a breakdown of her top 10 highest-rated movies on Rotten Tomatoes, with the exception of the 2013 feature Girl Rising, 80%, a documentary that she narrated. Anne Hathaway doesn't have any movies at 90% or above on Rotten Tomatoes, but should. The Idea of You star has never climbed higher than 89%. With her highest-rated movie being 2019's Dark Waters at 89%, Anne Hathaway has never climbed above 90% on Rotten Tomatoes despite starring in many well-regarded movies. The same is true of her television appearances, as her highest score on that end comes from her voice role on The Simpsons, an iconic animated show that has an average score of 85%. In comparison, nearly every other major cast member of the movie has at least one title at 90% or above, including Nicholas Galitzine's Bottoms, 90%, Reed Scott's I'll See You in My Dreams, 93%, and Annie Mumolo's Joy Ride, 90%. This statistic comes as something of a surprise considering how many iconic movies Hathaway has starred in. In addition to being recognizable titles, many of them have been nominated for or have won Oscars including The Devil Wears Prada, 75%, and Interstellar, 73%. In fact, 2005's Brokeback Mountain, which only holds an 88% score on the platform, won 3 Oscars and was nominated for 5 more, including Best Picture. Anne Hathaway has more rotten movies than fresh ones on Rotten Tomatoes. Just over a third of Anne Hathaway movies are fresh.